for those of you who don't know Chartwell, we are across Canada. We have about 195 homes across Canada, but in just the province of Ontario, we have 27 long-term care homes. And so these gals are all directly related to long-term care. At Chartwell, our culture journey is taking flight, which has meaning to us. And we would be at the very early stages of culture change, probably in the discovery phase. Some of our homes have worked with Sherry and maybe a little bit further ahead, but as a group, we're in our infant stages. So during our discovery, we've discovered many projects within homes, and that's what we're going to show you today, is just share some of our great projects that we're very proud of. So without further ado, I think, Lori, you're first.
The project that I'm going to talk about is our warm washcloth program. So many homes maybe already do this, but we weren't doing it, and it just seemed like a really nice, maybe a little bit decadent project that we could do to bring some something nice and maybe something a little bit classy for our residents. So the residents wouldn't have to feel sticky or gooey as they are leaving the dining rooms. No, I've said less work for PSWs and housekeeping. Sorry, that's my mistake. It's just for PSWs. Housekeeping gets nothing out of this. But we had to figure out how to make this work. So our biggest challenge was how do we heat up these washcloths? How are we going to make that work? So the first thing we tried was taking a bunch of them and putting them in a crock pot. That clearly was a bad idea. There's no crock pot big enough to get that. So then you can go to like the spa supply stores and you could buy a moist towel warmer. So there's a cost element to that. There's a space element to that. So we haven't gone there. What we've done is just put them in the steam trays. They pour a little warm water on them, kind of stew them for a little bit, works great. And that's the cycle.
It's my pleasure to present on behalf of Gibson today. They weren't able to come. Gibson is a 202-bed home in North York that has one floor where over 50 residents live together with moderate to advanced stages dementia of all different sorts. So you can imagine the challenges that poses. In the spring of 2013, the recreation team recognized that they needed to change their approach to programs. Residents were not engaged. Program interruptions for care were distracting, and due to an increase in the cognitive impairment of many of the residents, programs' traditional approaches were just frustrating for both the residents and the staff. Gibson connected with a community resource to learn more about the Montessori approach to programming and the tools they would need to transform their programs on that home area. The program and the shift in culture to support the vision has been so successful that Gibson is now implementing similar changes on another floor. So they will take what they've learned from their process and adapt it to match the needs of the residents on their second floor. And it's been a great opportunity within the home to bring together a multidisciplinary team with a common goal. It's been a great starting point for the team at Gibson to also see that with everybody's support, that a shift in culture is possible.
Hello, I'm Lisa from Parkhill, and our program initially was started with no name, and our residents decided to call it Living Magical Moments. And this sums it up. Life is not measured by the number of breaths we take, but by the moments that take our breath away. So in our home, we introduce theme days, which occur at minimum once a month. Those that live in our home have embraced these days. They're fully involved in the creation of props, decorations, costumes, and live the excitement when they see their final product. Finding the right person for the job. There's no job that's ever too small or too difficult for our residents. They always have assistance from others, whether it be family, staff, or volunteers. They're always able to complete the task given. It gives our residents a sense of purpose. We have a lot of pictures. Rooms are transformed to bring the imagination to life. Staff volunteer their time after hours to ensure that in the morning, when the residents awake, they're delighted with the transformation of what they see in their dining room and in their other living spaces.
Hello, my name is Amie Wilker, and I have the pleasure of being the administrator at Chartwell Westmount Long-Term Care here in Kitchener. So we also have just started on our journey of culture change, and the number one lesson we have learned so far is that we need to listen to our residents, and they let us know what they like. So how it all began, we have created a school, an academy, Chartwell Westmount Long-Term Care Academy, and it all started based on a resident satisfaction survey, and it's evolved many times over and over. So we had a planning committee. Over 20 residents showed up, over about 15 family members showed up, and our room we needed to keep getting to move out and out in the hallway. The acceptance was amazing. When we started, Amber and I, we thought this would just be a once-a-week program. This has turned into, through their eyes, not a program. This is their life, and this is something that they're really proud of. They determined that the school is going to run for 35 weeks. It's going to run from September to June, like the regular school system. It is going to be once a week. Classes are 45 minutes in length. They determined that they get a week off for March break and 2 weeks off at Christmas. And just like a regular school system. Graduation, they instantly wanted to talk about graduation and what they had to work towards and what it meant to them. So for graduation, they need to attend at least 25 out of the 35 classes. And this was theirs that they decided. We were thinking, like, just come when you want to. But 25 out of 35. The only reasons they can miss the class and be exempt is that if they were ill, away, or if they have a visitor that day.